Hope children you are ready for today's class. Very good morning once again, and let's start today's lesson. The topic is respiration in plants. We already covered about the respiration in animals regarding fish, frog, cockroach and earthworm, isn't it? Let's see once again, and I repeat once again the different respiratory organs in different animals that we have covered so far, and later proceed to today's topic of respiration in plants. Okay children? Yes. So, the respiration in different animals takes place with different organs. In human beings, respiration takes place through the lungs and nose. Nose helps for the breathing purpose, and later the respiration takes place through the different organs present inside our body like lungs and the bronchi that are present inside the lungs. Every alveoli present in these are the different air sacs present inside the lungs. So different functions are performed by different organs in our body. As such, in animals like fish, gills are the respiratory organs which take in oxygen from the water and which are passed through the mouth and it enters through the body through the gills, and again the carbon dioxide is released out in the same manner. Okay, and next coming to the frog. Frog respires oxygen on land and release that is on land it takes the help of the lungs, underground with the help of moist skin, and when in the tadpole stage it takes the help of the gills to respire. So that is about the frog we have studied so far. Later we'll move to the earthworms. Earthworms are also organisms which respire through their moist skin. So there are tiny spores on the body completely which helps them for the respiration through their skin. Okay, next coming to the cockroach. Cockroach, they belong to insecta. These organisms respire through the special organs called spiracles. They are respiratory, they are the holes. They are the respiratory pores that are present at the dorsal side of the body, of their body, and they are connected to the tracheal tubes or the respiratory tubes where the oxygen enters throughout the body, and again the released carbon dioxide comes out through the tracheal tubes and reaches outside atmosphere through the spiracles. So it is how the respiration in cockroach takes place, and the respiratory organs are spiracles mainly, and the respiratory tubes are called as trachea. Okay children, next today we'll see about the respiration in plants. In fact, you have studied the respiration in plants earlier, then in the 6th class also, that leaves are the main part of respiration, that is stomata. The stomatal pores that are present on the leaves help for respiration in plants, you know well. And as well, the plants also respire through their stems with the help of the lenticels present on the older stems. You know very well, isn't it? So we can do with a simple experiment, we can find out that plants also take in carbon dioxide and release, take in oxygen and release carbon dioxide. This can be proven by a simple experiment by taking sprouted seeds or buds or flowers. Okay children, see the diagram on the board. So to find out the respiration in plants, we do this experiment at night time to get the perfection, that is where the photosynthesis does not take place at night time completely. We can do this experiment only at night time to prove that we take in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. Plants also use up oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. Okay children, so this is how we do the experiment. For that we need a test tube. This is a test tube stand, you know it well. So this is a test tube, conical flask. This is a conical flask, and you are using a rubber stopper, two-hole rubber stopper. These are the glass rods fitted to this is a stopper of the, so this is a rubber tube. Sorry, this is a rubber tube. This is a two-hole rubber stopper. This is a two-hole rubber stopper. This is a glass tube. Glass tube and test tube. Already I have shown you. This is test tube. And in the conical flask, you are taking the sprouted seeds or flowers or buds. And then first of all this experiment is done without taking the sprouted seeds. Okay children, first this experiment is done without taking the sprouted seeds. First you take the conical flask, empty conical flask fitted with 2-hole rubber stopper. This is a funnel fitted to the glass tube. Okay, so if there is no funnel, you can also use the ink dropper will be there. No, that also you can use as a funnel here. Okay, so this is a glass rod to which the rubber tube is being fixed, and the rubber tube is connected inside the test tube filled with lime water. So this is the lime water. Okay, children, you know Sunap Niru says, isn't it? So this is the lime water. Next, in performance of the experiment, you know as well, first you take the conical flask, empty conical flask, and you pour water drop by drop in the empty conical flask. And you take as you set up the experiment in this manner, you pour lime water in this test tube and see what happens to the lime water. At first, you did not take any of the seeds or water, anything is there here. Simply you took a conical flask. This is a conical flask. This is a funnel. This is a glass rod. This is also a glass rod to which the funnel is being fixed. This is a rubber tube attached into the test tube. In test tube there is lime water. Is it clear, children? So after the apparatus, fixing the apparatus in this manner, first you pour water drop by drop in the funnel. It reaches the conical flask. Then air is being entered into the test tube, isn't it? So what happens to the lime water? You have to observe. Is there any change in the color of the lime water? If there is change, you say yes. If there is no change, you can say no. So what is the change? At first, when you add water into the conical flask, there will be no change. Why? Because no respiration has been taken place, here no organisms are being, the air simply is being moved from the rubber tube into the lime water. Is it clear? Next, when you add seeds or buds or flowers, sprouted seeds, buds or flowers you take in the conical flask, then add water drop by drop. Then after few hours you can see that in the same you set the apparatus in this manner itself and observe the change in the color of the lime water. Lime water turns milky white after few hours. This proves that the buds or the flowers or the sprouted seeds, they respire. That means they release carbon dioxide gas which is moved through the rubber tube into the test tube and made the lime water to turn to milky white. So lime water turns to milky white. What is this property? This is the property of carbon dioxide which turns lime water to milky white. You know as well, isn't it? So lime water, if it turns into milky white, it is the property that it contains the gas is carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide turns lime water to milky white. So here the gas released is carbon dioxide. Okay children, so this is how you can prove the experiment that the buds or the flowers also they respire. This experiment is to be done only at night time to prove so that no photosynthesis takes place where no false evidence can be found here. So we cannot get any false reports, not evidence, it is a report. Okay, so that is about the respiration in the plants. Next, you can also do these experiments by taking the buds or flowers or sprouted seeds as I told you earlier. You draw this test, the apparatus, that is experiment, this diagram, and write down the experiment completely along with the apparatus and procedure and what did you understand from this experiment. So from this experiment we can understand that plants also respire. What did you understand? plants also respire. Now let's answer to the questions given in your textbook. What effect did the experiment with the sprouted seeds have on lime water? So when the sprouted seeds, sprouts you can also do in the at home when you germinate the seeds. For germination of the seeds, you soak the seeds in green gram and all in the water for a whole night. You can see the bubbles arise in the early morning. It is due to the release of carbon dioxide gas from the seeds. Okay, so from that we can understand that these seeds release carbon dioxide. So the carbon dioxide released turns lime water to milky white. So this experiment can be done easily by you at home also. On the basis of your observation in these experiments, can you say that flowers, birds and sprouted seeds respire? Yes, they also respire because the carbon dioxide that is released, the gas that is released turned lime water to milky white. Earlier, when you did not take the buds or flowers or sprouted seeds, no change took place in the color of the lime water. When you add the buds or flowers and add water drop by drop in the funnel, you can see the change in the color in the lime water present in the test tube. From this, we can understand that plants also respire. Plants also respire. So, we cannot see this directly through the through experiments it can be found, but it takes time to see this change of color. Okay children, next from this we can understand that both plants and animals use oxygen. Both plants and animals use oxygen during respiration. They use oxygen during respiration. Plants also use oxygen during respiration. So this is what you are going to prove in this experiment. Okay children? Next, you also have seen that oxygen cylinders being placed for the persons who are suffering from the respiratory problems in very big hospitals, isn't it? So they are being covered with the mask, oxygen mask, and they are supplied with the oxygen cylinders during operation also. The patients who are suffering with the respiratory problems are given the oxygen through the artificial respiration. They are supplied with the artificial respiration. Hope you have understood children. Once again I repeat this. In this lesson we have covered about the respiration topic completely. That is about the what is respiration, what is breathing, how is respiration different from breathing, and what are the gases present in our breath, how do you calculate the chest, that is the width of the chest while inspiration and expiration, and what are the different organisms that breathe in and breathe out. Okay children, so that is about the respiration topic we have completed today. Okay children, yes, in the next class I'll take up the question answers. Okay, all the best. Repeat once again and read the lesson from your textbook and come for the next class for answering the questions. Bye.